Hello, welcome to Loomly, and thanks for joining us today for our Flash webinar on Pinterest publishing. The goal of Flash webinars is to offer you a quick but in-depth presentation on one very specific Loomly feature. It shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. I'm Pete, a Customer Success Manager at Loomly, and I'll be joined by Louise, who will be answering any questions you have in the Q&A section. Now, let's dive into it so we can show you how to make the most out of publishing with Pinterest. We built Loomly to give you an easy-to-use dashboard that lets you collaborate with your team around Pinterest posts. Let's take a look at how you can post engaging content with Loomly. First, you'll need to decide on how frequently you're going to publish content. Pinterest recommends posting every business day on the platform as a minimum. Aim to post 3 times a week, but no more than a couple of times a day to prevent engagement from dropping. At Loomly, we highly recommend keeping an eye out for how many quality posts you're able to commit to posting regularly. Once you have identified your ideal posting cadence, you can take advantage of Loomly's scheduling slots features to set your preferred publishing schedule and save time when creating new posts in Post Builder. To do that, select New. This is back up. We can then see we've got the set post details here, and we've got scheduling slots to choose from. I'm going to choose one for the 1st of January. Go. We suggest different types of post ideas to you, which can be seen from this option here, which include trending topics for Twitter based on your location, RSS items for your own custom selection of custom feeds, recurring broad items based on best practices and internet codes, events, holidays, and celebrations happening on specific dates, custom post ideas you can also create on your own. All of these within this here. To hide this, click on the Hide button. You can also select your own post labels, which help you categorize your posts within Loomly. You can do this from the option here. You can select a label. I'm going to select fantasy on my label. Next, select the connected social media channel that you'd like to post to. I'm going to select Pinterest because that's the channel that we want to post to. Then we'll add the text we want to use in a generic post section. As we're posting to Pinterest, we want to turn off the link shortener. First thing to do is turn that off. Then we can add in our content. You can see that we fully support emojis, and that's me using Grammarly, not anything built into Loomly. With the generic content selected, let's add an image we want to use for Pinterest by using the integration for Unsplash. We can do that by clicking on the Browse Unsplash option here and search for Fantasy Poster. Let's choose this image. Once selected, we can click on Insert, and it'll attach it to the generic content. We can also edit this image and make this more unique for the audience of our board. We can use Loomly Studio to add some more text or edit the image size. We can do that by clicking this icon here. Within Loomly Studio, you can flip images, resize images, add filters, decorate them, or do a number of different things. We're going to choose the crop shape option, and then we're going to choose the recommended image size for Pinterest. You can see that it's slightly trimmed the images on the left and right side. Let's save this. Now that we've got the generic content, let's move on to the fine-tuning step where you'll be able to add Pinterest destination links and Pinterest titles to your pin. Click Next. The first thing you'll want to do is choose the board where you want this pin to go. Clicking on Pinterest board, you'll see a list of all your available Pinterest boards. I'm going to choose this one here. We can also add a URL to the copy. We'll see. I add in the URL. You need to remember to take off the shortened URL because they don't work with Pinterest. You can see that the green Edit Link Metadata option has appeared. Let's click that once and then click on Done. We can also add a title to this. And we can call that Call in Fantasy Writers. We can see all of this update on the side here. One of the other things we can do is add text to the image for the visually impaired. We can do that by clicking this cog here and add in alt text. So we can just say a hobbit. Boom. You can now see that alt text has been added. Last but not least, you can use our hashtag manager to find and apply trending and suggested hashtags and create hashtag collections. You can do that by clicking the hashtag option here. Based on the information within the content, you'll be able to see a selection of different hashtags that you could add to your post. You can also see trending hashtags that you could add. And also, if you have different collections of hashtags, you could use that. I've got this hashtag collection here called Writing Inspo. If I edit the hashtag collection, you can see what hashtags are made up of from this. I'm going to click on Update and then the little green button to add that to post. We can now see that we're actually a few characters over. Absolutely fine, because we can just edit this down a little bit. Let's remove some of this. And this as well. There we go. We can see that we're now within the character range for Pinterest. Once this is done, we can schedule this post and send it out. That wraps up today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please don't hesitate to review our FAQ section for more information. If you feel like your question has not been answered on our FAQ, please feel free to contact our team either through our chat or over email at contact@loomly.com. Thank you so much.